Hi, this is Tim of the 1916 Company. Welcome and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, Team Mosso at the1916company.com for purchase pricing and availability questions regarding this watch. Today, we're discussing something exquisite from Hermes. This watch, sold in 2021, was a 24-piece limited edition in white gold. It's the Hermes Slim Zebra. Now, the watch features the mountain zebra figure created for Hermes by British artist Alice K. Shirley, and you may also know her from her Zebra Pegasus work for Hermes. So what started as imagery for a scarf has become a beautiful miniature painted watch dial, effectively a vitrine for the work of the artist. So the timepiece lives up to its name, the Slim Hermes, 39.5 millimeters in diameter, but only 8.6 millimeters thick. From lug tip to lug tip, 44.5 millimeters with a 20 millimeter spacing in between the lugs. Now we'll throw it on my wrist, which is 16 centimeters in circumference, and it wears beautifully. It is slim, no doubt about that, and with a sloped case flank, it will easily slide under a cuff. Looking at it down the barrel, the lugs are nowhere near the edge of my wrist, so if your wrist is smaller, it should fit just fine. Definitely it'll fit on a wrist as small as 14 centimeters circumference, perhaps as small as 13.5 if your wrist is flat across the top. The watch has a satisfying weight to it as a result of the gold. You can see the strap, like the watch, is fairly thin. It's a sort of blue-gray, almost a gloss slate coloration with large rectangular, symmetrically sized or shaped alligator scales. And when you have large, rectangular, symmetrical, you are looking at a very expensive and premium cut of the beast. And perhaps that shouldn't come as a surprise. A Hermes watch has a Hermes strap. It's beautifully made, and the materials are top-notch, and the feel second to none. You can see no crimping, no gouging, a brand new Hermes factory strap. We have a white gold buckle with a sort of wire style that is reminiscent of the Hermes Arceau series. Taking a look at the case, we've got a nice sharp break between lug and case, indicative of a welded lug case construction that's upscale, very handcrafted and laborious. It's what you want to see on your high-end watch. Now, this is white gold, and you can see from the tone of the case that is a bright white, reflective, and substantial watch, but it is not thick. Taking a look in profile, you can see that there's a little notch in the side, which may confuse some people. That's not wear and tear. That's for the watchmaker's case knife when the time comes to dismantle the watch for service. The crown featuring the Hermes Ash, and then we look at the dial. We've actually got two sapphires here. We've got the primary that sits over the dial, and then we have these foreground figures, the plants and the zebra. They sit on top of a second sapphire. You can actually see the reflection through two layers of sapphire of the Hermes logo. And then the base is another layer of painted backdrop. So what we have here is a great deal of miniature painting, which requires a great deal of skill, manual dexterity, and motor control, as the surfaces to be painted are quite a bit smaller than they look on my camera, especially when you start getting into the fine details of the zebra and the backdrop. It's very easy to make a mistake. You can see that it is three-dimensional, that these figures do sit on top of the base below. Many different forms, colors, blendings of colors, and as you can see, layers create something that is, in theory, part of an edition of 24 pieces, but in reality, each of the 24 will be unique. We have a simple set of baton hands faceted down the center for better contrast. Now, turning it over, you can see the Hermes 1950 caliber. Well, what it really is, because you can see it right on the base plate, is a Vaucher 5401, but that's okay because Hermes is a stakeholder in Vaucher, which sort of makes this in-house. It's a big movement at 30 millimeters in diameter, and it's a micro rotor, which helps to keep it thin. It's got a 40 to 42 hour power reserve, a 4 hertz beat rate. It pivots on 29 joules. It's adjusted in a chronometer style, 5 positions, and you can see it as a free sprung balance for more precise adjustment and greater shock tolerance. We also have ceramic ball bearings for the rotor to make it more efficient as a winder. And of course, we have the Hermes monogram across all the surfaces with a credible, albeit machine-applied, polished anglage. We have satination on the wheels, polish on the screw heads, engine turning in two different sizes on the base plate. So it is a good-looking movement, and the watch is water-resistant to 30 meters, which for practical purposes means it can survive a splash, it can survive unexpected exposure to a rainstorm, but you don't want to go swimming with it. An outstanding example of what Hermes does so well, translating a work of art into something that is your everyday companion, whether it is the scarf that originally spawned this zebra motif or the watch. Why not have both? Reach out to Team Mosso at the 1916company.com for purchase and pricing details.